Hello everyone, this is Max. You're watching Equity Match online live pitch events. Today we dedicate our pitch event to founders coming from Asia, all over Asia actually. As before introducing our founders, let me remind you, everyone who wants to come to pitch, just email us pitch@equitymatch.co, and we'll be more than pleased to welcome you. If you want to raise any question today to our great founders, just do it, and we'll be so happy to discuss your question with them and get the answer you deserve. And we stream on YouTube, LinkedIn, Facebook, and X. So wherever you're watching us, we'll be one of them. Now, without wasting any time, while waiting our fourth founder coming because it has some setback, but we come soon. Are we start introducing our founder number one? Of course, number one only because comes as first. Michael Lam, founder and CEO of WeSale. WeSale is headquartered in Hanoi, Vietnam. PropTech is the sector. We are talking about a pre-series round of 1 million in USD. How's it going, Michael?
I'm great. Hello, investors. I am Michael Lam, the founder and CEO of WeSale, the complete real estate trade platform based in Vietnam. And I and my co-founders, who have very profound expertise and long year experience in real estate, marketing, technology, and finance, have started up and closely focused on developing WeSale. And now I'm very happy to go to the pitch now. So in this presentation, I am talking about 10 items. The first item is the problem. And one of the problem is the non-optimal and untransparent transaction in real estate in Vietnam or other developing countries. As you can see on the slide, there are even 4 tiers in one transaction. Like F0 are the developer or project owners. F1 are the top agencies. F2 are the smaller agency, and then agents, and then customers. And then you can see that we need to build the technology platform that can reduce this tiers to 1 or 2 tiers that can create more value to customers. The other non-optimal matter is the management of the current real estate agency. And we also need to optimize it. In the current real estate agency, you can easily understand that the more money we pay for the salary for the sales force is the less profit you can make. Like in 3 years managing the traditional real estate agency, I had a lot of experience. In 2021, I had 4 salespeople, 40 salespeople, and the profit I made was about 20%. But in the next year, 2022, I had 200 salespeople, and I got the profit was down to 10%. So this time, the technology platform can help us optimize the management as well. And the next problem is that the real estate is the digital transformation in real estate is inevitable. And real estate is always bring very breakthrough income for anyone who can make. And sales agents already get used to enjoying the transacting and learning and take care of the customers on computers every day. So it's a very good chance for us to build the platform to solve this problem. And what is our solution? We apply technology to build a platform that make the transactions faster, more optimal, and more transparent. With the AI-assisted and CIM functionality and tools that are developed specific for brokers and even for project owners and developers. And building communities of individuals and organizations of different sectors is our go-to-market strategy. And to build this solution, we will be building this platform in 3 phases. Phase 1 is building the portal, the functionality for a sort of broker and customer-centric. And in phase 2, we will building the functionalities and tools for project owners and developers. And in phase 3, we will be automating the process to make the transaction more optimal and more transparent. And now we are being at phase 1 of the project. What are our product and services? We have the main cash flow from trading. 70% will be from trading, and 20% will be the media and advertising package that we provide to the market, because I myself have 20 years experience in the media marketing and 10 years experience in media and marketing and real estate. And we also have very good and experienced team in real estate that can bring the services to the customer in the market. And 10% will be the software as service service that we can offer to the member who want to use advanced functionalities. Our traction for 1 year, we have 2 websites completed and 1 application, mobile and Android completed. And we have made the revenue of 100K. And we will have big rise in revenue from 2026 to 2028. And we will be focusing on 5 criteria to make it different from our competitors. And the market in Vietnam is a developing country in real estate market, so it is very potential for us to take advantage of. And we are very proud that we have very strong founding team with profile expertise in technology, in finance, in real estate, and also in international real estate as well. Our ask is 1 million in exchange for 20% equity, and we are very happy for your cooperation. Thank you.
Thank you, Michael. Let me ask you, does a platform build for B2B or B2C?
This platform is B2B2C and O2O hybrid, where real estate agency transaction is big, so we must operate on both online and offline. And the business zone at this platform is B2B2C.
But can you specify a bit better the problem? So the problem of the estate agent is, what exactly is the problem? Why they should use your platform?
We are focusing on resolving the non-optimal transaction. As you can see, you can imagine that when you want to bring a property from a newly developed project, it often takes place in 4 tiers, from F0, the project developer, to the bigger agencies as the F1. And below the F1, there are many smaller agencies. And below the agency, there are sales agents. And then the property can go to the customer. So we can see that typically there are 4 tiers in transactions. So we need the technology platform to solve this one. And the optimal management in the traditional real estate agency should be also optimized, because we will be focusing on optimizing the salary and optimizing the invest in developing and training the sales agent to have a more bigger army of sales agents in the platform, where we don't have to pay so much cost in the paying salary. of the sales forces.
But when you talk about B2B to C, where this scene comes to play, I mean, the estate agent, they come to your platform, they maybe list the real estate or whatever they're going to sell, and where the transaction is happening on your platform, this is where the C comes. They buy through your platform.
The broker will come to our platform, and brokers, not only individual but also organizations, is the first B. And the second is the C, is the customer. We also provide the functionality and tools so that the broker can reach customers. And meanwhile, we also provide functionality and tools that bring the project owner and developer to the platform so that they also source the real estate inventory for the sale brokers and our member to select product and to bring to the customers.
They can run marketing campaign, sales campaign through your platform.
We have a different go-to-market strategy, even the marketing, but building communities is the main one. We will do that marketing campaign for that.
So if I'm developing a new real estate project, can I use your platform to market my project, to sell my project through your community?
Yes, that's right.
Okay. In terms of business model, how do you make money?
We work with the developers and we bring in the inventory, and we will make money from commission.
You are raising 1 million USD in a seed round. So how are you going to use this money? Is to finish the first phase of the platform or to cover all 3 phases that you have to go through?
We will be focusing on about 2 phases of the platform with this one, because we will spend 20% of the fund for technology, 25% for marketing, 30% for sale and business development, and the others are about 20%.
We have unfortunately limited time, but does anyone competing with you in where you are today in Vietnam? Or is in Vietnam, if I'm not wrong? Yes, Vietnam.
Yeah, Vietnam.
Have anyone competing with you today, or everything is still totally manual? You are the first one who want to put everything on digital and going. Please.
We have found several competitors in this field, but we are focusing on 5 criteria to be different from the competitors. The first one is the B2B2C and O2O hybrid. The other one is the building community. We are focusing on our theory of building communities to make it different from the competitors. We have very strong, relevant founding team, and we also have developed very tailor-made and very customized CRM that work specifically for this business.
So the community as CRM are your selling point, right? What is going to make you different from the others?
Community is the biggest key point for our business.
Michael, thank you so much. Stay with us. Don't go, because we'll bring you back soon.
Yeah,
and
thank you
so much. Thank you so much. And I'm moving to second founder, Erika DeWitt, founder of GreenFi. Headquarters Helsinki, Finland, and also Singapore, where I suppose today Erika is, and India. The sector is financial services. The round is a pre-seed of 100K in USD. How's it going, Erika?
Very good. Very excited. It was a good pitch earlier.
Thank you so much for coming. Please, if you want to give a short intro to yourself and after go straight to pitch, I'm coming after. Thank you.
Sounds fantastic. Thank you very much. So hello, everyone. It's an absolute pleasure to be here. So my name is Erika DeWitt. I am the founder and commercial lead for GreenFi. And we at GreenFi, we enable sustainable financing at scale. we're already revenue generating and raising 800K. So coming to the key point, so we enable sustainable financing at scale by identifying, managing, and pricing ESG risk. And when we talk about ESG, so it's anything environmental, social, governance, so sustainability related metrics. On the founders, so we have a great founding team. So myself, I'm an ex-CEO of a startup and then did a very nice commercial career in multinational companies. And my co-founder, Barun Chandran, is actually third-time founder. So he has had 2 exits before. And second company was actually acquired by one of the largest banks in the world. And he was within the bank working with similar topics that I'm going to share today. So really firsthand seeing the problem and how it can be solved within a bank. When we come now to the problem itself, so financial institutes, banks, and asset managers are globally really struggling to manage ESG risk and grow their loan book when the sustainable financing is growing. Currently, the sustainable financing is valued at $5 trillion USD and it's growing 20% year on year. Same time, there's a huge regulatory push to really do ESG risk assessment properly. And now when we come to the actual problem, so any sustainable financing, any sustainable investments, loans, they require this risk assessment. And how it's currently done in banks or asset management companies, it's extremely manual process. So it can take anywhere from a couple of days to a couple of weeks to perform one. And this is coming from the reason that there's so many different ESG point solutions, right? Data is very scattered and banks and asset managers are required to have manual people within their organization to go through this manually. So I have one customer here in Asia, they have 12 people in a country sitting doing this manually. Another customer in Europe, where any loan over 5 million, they want to run this assessment. And it takes them a couple of days to a couple of weeks to do it. So it's extremely time-consuming process. It is not standardized at all, even within the bank, and this causes a lot of struggle for them. When we come to the solution itself, GreenFi solves the problem with our ESG AI platform. What we do first is that we aggregate a lot of data to support banks to have full-on visibility what kind of risks their customers might be having. And how we do it, we actually aggregate their own data, any subscriptions that they might have, and then third-party data that we have actually created from hundreds of different data sources to really bring it to them to see high visibility on their customers. We then have AI on top of it, so we are able to recommend based on the risks that we see, what should the customer do, what should the bank do based on the data. When we come to the benefits of the bank, so they can grow new business, so they can identify opportunities for their sustainable financing, and they can perform the due diligence or their existing transactions and processes. What is also coming now very important, they want to monitor their sustainability performance of their investments or loans, and we provide that to them as well. When we come to the business model, so we are a SaaS subscription company, so our customers are paying to us per transaction and per user. When we look at our target customers, we're dealing with 10,000 banks and then over 50,000 financial institutes. Competition, so we see that one of the biggest competition that we see, the largest banks in the world are building this internally, but when we go to regional local banks, they will not afford to do so. So that's where the growth will come. We'll also see some of the consulting houses talking about the same language and see a couple startups in the space. So for example, Clarity or Proof.io in Europe are having similar ways of bringing data together, but then how to make the decision based on it is something how we differentiate. Coming now to revenue traction, so we are revenue generating. We actually have 350K ARR and a very strong pipeline of 1 million from our existing and new customers. And what is also very strong for us, we have customers in all around the world. So we have now a strong pipeline coming from APAC, Europe, and Middle East. Currently, we are raising 800K, and it will mostly go the distribution and growth. Our product is, some of the modules are already live, and our customers are using it, giving a lot of good feedback, but we are still needing some investment for further development and, for example, coming up with more stronger decision recommendations for the banks based on the data that we come up with. But yeah, that was GreenFi from my side. Thank you very much for the 5-minute pitch. And I think, Max, I'm ready for your questions.
Thank you, Elena. When did you set up the company? Because you already have a very robust revenue. How old is your company?
So actually, my co-founder started on this already a couple of years ago. He was doing a lot of R&D on it on his own. So the company was actually established already 2021, but we launched with customers to the market, website, everything mid last year.
Okay. So there's a lot already done.
Yes.
Let me start with the business model. Do you charge any setup fee when you give your, I suppose, white label to the banks? Because this probably is delivering white label, correct?
Sure. So setup fee will be there in the future, especially because some of the banks want to do on-prem solution. So they don't want to use other clouds, for example. So they want to have it on-prem. So then we would have some kind of setup fee. But I think in the early stages, with the first customers, we have been able to then withdraw that. But yeah, in long term, there will be one, especially for this on-prem deployments.
You had three pay customers, am I right?
Correct. Yes.
So, which is the sites maybe they pay around 100K per year, correct?
Correct. And actually, to be honest, those are just kind of a POC when they're trying it with their admins and key users. And we have a contract with them that if they expanded the usage within the bank and there's hundreds of people that would be possible users, they will pay actually to us like $1,000 per user per year. So it's a high opportunity to go up to $1 million and beyond.
Yeah, this was my next question. I mean, this depends on how many users per financial institution, per bank they have, correct?
Correct, exactly.
So today there is no limit.
There's no limit. So they can, as many users they want to have, they will pay per users.
Okay. So when you talk about risk assessment, it's still pretty vague how risk is assessed when it comes to green, let's say green investments or something similar. How do you assess the risk? I mean, what means exactly assessing the risk for which kind of data are you analyzing?
Sure. Max, this is my favorite question, so thank you for asking it. When we look at the banks, how the risk has evolved, everything starts with the credit risk assessment. After 9/11, anti-money laundering, terrorism financing, cyber threat, all these things came up. There was a lot of talk that, hey, we don't have enough data, how can we make decisions based on it? But they all got regulated and are now standard processes within the banks. And we see that the exactly same thing is happening with ESG. We're a bit of having this discussion, is there enough data? But actually there's a lot of data that can be used for this decision making. And when we talk about what kind of data, so very basic physical climate risk. So where are the assets located? Are there risks evolved to that? Any adverse incidents? Are they aligned with the regulation? There's new regulation now in Europe on deforestation. So APAC countries cannot import if they have any deforested land, for example, have happened. So that's the way.
But the assessment done is for them. Are you helping them also to understand how much this guy can afford in terms of loan book, how much they can get in terms of, 1 million, 2 million, 3 millions. So are you giving them this kind also help, or that's the assessment done on green, on ESG, and after it's up to you? Move on.
So actually how it's currently built in and how we see it evolving in the future. So if you have a green profile, you're able to actually get a better rate for the loan. So that's the way that the banks can grow their loan book through the sustainable financing and have more, I would say, risk controlled portfolio on their loan book. So it's not actually the amount necessary, but the rate that you will get the loan from your bank. And that's how the banks can then, differentiate in the market.
But are you helping them to understand if something is real or not? What I want to say is many investment, they are on the ESG, but that has nothing to do with ESG. They talk about environment, social, governments, whatever it is, but the reality is it's absolutely nothing there. They put their hat or something that does belong to them at all. So you're helping banks to understand that actually we're talking about something serious or just done to take some money outside the risk, outside the financial risk.
So yeah, it's overall risk. It's not only financial risk, so it can be reputation risk as well. So we assess everything that is related from a sustainability point of view on that customer. Correct.
So you have customers in Europe where you're based, but you're based also in Singapore and India. Where do you see expanding in Europe, or because you are young, there's no way you can go everywhere. You're too young. Know yourself, you're young, but I'm talking about your company. You can't expand everywhere. I never believed in someone who can do, unless you have 1 billion, but does belong too much to Europe, probably still an American-only approach. Where do you want to expand now? In Asia, in Southeast Asia, or in Europe?
So Europe is our main market, and then Middle East, we see some countries really taking a big step, and the banks taking a big step and looking solutions like ours. Asia is picking up, but the first growth will come from Europe and Middle East.
And this round, 100K, is going to be used for delivering a bit of tech for sure, because you already said, and the rest, I suppose, in marketing, correct? And sales.
Correct. So we are raising 800K. 200 is already in. We have very favorable terms, by the way, for the safe. So we are really looking to closing it in the next couple of months. And then going for a proper seed round later when we are beyond 1 million ARR and so on. But yeah, like you said, 40% will go to the product, those AI decision recommendations to really give the added value to the bank. And then for distribution growth, getting some salespeople on the ground, because currently it's just me on the sales side.
So that's a safe note, yeah? Yeah, you see.
Yes, correct. Or we are open for a price one, but the current ones, 200 that we have in is true safe notes.
So you're willing to open both equity and safe if you need. Okay.
Correct.
Erika, thank you so much. Stay, don't
Thank
go,
you.
because we'll bring you soon back. I'm with our third founder, Elena Santolini, co-founder and CBO of Workplay Studio, PVT Ltd, Karnataka, India. Sorry. Gamification marketing pre-seed around 200K in USD. How's it going, Elena?
Well, good. Thank you so much for this opportunity. So my name is Elena Santolini. I'm the co-founder and CBO of Workplay Studio. With my other two co-founders, we create Workplay, putting together our different skills, tech skills, sales skills, brand activation skills, etc. Now, Workplay is a gamification marketing startup, and we are introducing a ready-to-use gamification platform to inject fun and engagement in the marketing strategy of the brand. Now, the problem that we analyze is in the digital marketing sector. Now, what happened? Most of the company are advertising their product or service in digital marketing. This is result in the user being overload of content. The content start to be monotonous with no engagement, and so the brand fail to establish a connection with the user. Plus, there is the fact that because of this, the user are starting ignoring the advertisement. Plus, in digital marketing, there is no clarity, exact clarity in the ROI. This is why we are thinking the gamification is a real game changer, because through gamification, you can insert, like you can put one game in your advertisement, and through our platform, the brands can customize the game without the help of any developers. This is bring an efficiency in cutting the cost and the timing of development. And through the game, it's easier for the brand to share product knowledge, and they can obviously through the game reward the winners, and through this get much more data that they can analyze for the remarketing, for example. And for the user, is an instant play. There is no need of download or any other application to play our games. Now, how we are different from our competitors, why you have to choose us. We are the first completely automated gamification platform, and this will make the process of gamification faster, easier, and affordable. Why affordable? Because now gamification is a technique that only big companies with big budget can afford. But because of our platform, we can target small and medium companies. This will help us to create an entry barrier for our competitors. Plus, our competitors, they are concentrating mostly in one side of the gamification, that is in-app gamification, to engage your existing user, while we are offering also gamified social media marketing for user acquisition. Now, the market size is pretty big. Only in India, we have more than 5 billion companies using digital marketing, and the number of the companies prospected to reach a 55+ billion company by 2032. Our business model is in customization based on one side. Customization means on project base. So a brand comes and give a brief to us and we develop the game for their marketing strategies, while in subscription base is when we are using our platform. So in our platform, a brand can choose, customize, and subscribe to one game that is in our portfolio. Okay. Now, we work already with around 15 brands. This is in customization base because our platform is an MVP stage and will be in the market at the end of this month. Gamification proof is effectiveness for many brands, in particular for active use, increasing the active user. This is for in-app gamification. And there are many case studies, for example, for Nike, Starbucks, Fitbit, but we have also Amazon, Google Pay, etc. We, as I say, our product is very ideal for in-app gamification and gamified social media marketing. In-app gamification for engaging existing user, gamified social media marketing to acquire new customer. And we are targeting B2C companies and digital marketing agency, because digital marketing agency can use our game to implement in their clients' marketing strategy. And we are planning to acquire our client with gamified digital campaigns. So obviously we are going to use our product to see the effectiveness, to show the effectiveness. And we are seeking collaboration with the digital marketing agency. Of course, we have competitors in our field, but most of the competitors is being such a young market. We have like young companies as competitors, and the only two competitors that are creating some platforms similar to us, they're still at the initial stage. We got recognized also from Forbes India as one of the top 100 startups to watch out for. And right now we are asking $200,000 against 10% of equity of our company. And this budget will be used 65% for technology and development, 35% for sales and marketing. Now, in our team, we are 3 co-founders. Imtiaz, that is our CEO, and has 15 years experience in brand activation. I'm the CBO, and I have 10 years experience in sales and marketing. Abhishek is our CTO. He has 12 years experience in his field. And we have 2 mentors. Mr. Srinath is our business mentor, and Venkat is our tech mentor. Both of them, they have 25 years experience in their field. Thank you so much. I'm ready for the question.
Thank you, Elena. Before I ask my question, everyone wants to raise any question to Elena or previous founders, please do it now as we move to the last founder, if Mohammed has arrived. Otherwise, we start the Q&A session, if any, and we close the pitch event. Now, my question is, how difficult is to create, to gamify or create a gaming to try to enhance my marketing strategy? And also, how do I know if actually a gaming helps me or not at all?
So, okay, first of all, when we're speaking about games, we are not speaking about games with level or like complicated games. We are speaking about games that of the duration of 30 seconds to 1 minute, okay? And are simple games. So for example, now every e-commerce website will have a spin the wheel. Spin the wheel is one example of gamification to give discount, for example, to their users. Okay, like spin the wheel, we can use many other games. There are quiz, memory game, spot the difference, etc. Okay, now in the game, the fact is that I'm not just as a brand communicating something to the user and the user has to listen. I engage. I make the user part of my advertisement. So I can teach, for example, if I put a quiz, a simple example, a quiz. Through the quiz, I can give knowledge about my product or service to the potential client. Okay, and right now most of the people with a phone play games. Okay, so in social media, our games can be, for example, in social media, in the story, or when you're scrolling your Instagram, or when you're scrolling LinkedIn, for example. Okay, or having directly in the app. So, for example, like Amazon has spin the wheel in their application. Okay, that is another part of the gamification. That is classic in-app gamification. When you're speaking about gamified social media marketing, is in other social media platforms like Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn, etc. Okay, and there are proof that gamification increase the engagement of the users. For example, I was telling in the sample in my pitch deck, Nike, Starbucks increase exponentially the active user in their application when they introduce gamification. Okay.
But how much is converting sales? I mean, there's a study, I'm sure gamifying something makes the users more engaged. We don't have any form of doubt. But in terms of marketing converting sales, because anyway, you market your product because you want to sell it, there is any increase? Do you believe that if I'm gamifying my digital marketing strategy, it brings more people buying my service?
Okay, so the data is still very raw because the market is very young, I would say. But for example, in the case of Fitbit, one example in my pitch deck, the active users increased to 20 million when they introduced gamification. So, for example, in social media, a good social media campaign will have 1 or 2% of conversion. It has to be a very good social media campaign. With gamification, we are planning to increase this percentage to 4 to 5% in conversion.
You're based in India, right? This is where
Yes.
your market is, or as you're digital, you want to go everywhere?
No, right now. So being an online platform, we can target mostly all over the world. But as you say, it's not possible initially to target everybody. So we are starting with India, and we have a very big interest for US market, because in US, gamification is a very hot market right now.
But if I want to use your platform, okay, I'm coming, and this pretty much close to the first question I made. How can I know which kind of gamification can actually leverage my communication system? Because it's not that simple.
So it depends on the campaign. So each game can actually bring you different result. Okay. For example, a classic spin the wheel is just to give a discount to the user. While, for example, if you are launching a new product, then you can use, for example, a quiz or spot the difference. Because in spot the difference, for example, you can see the image of the product. Okay, and the user has to stay 1 minute, 30 seconds to 1 minute to just see the brand, the product. So it will be impressed in the memory. So the technique is also forcing the user to see my product, my logo, my brand for a longer time. For example, a picture where I just scroll, it's just 1 second. Okay. So different game, they have different scope. Okay, we can say a memory game. I have different pictures, so I can put different product. Okay, so the user while playing my game is already aware that I'm providing the product or service. Okay, so every game has a different usage. So in this, we can advise our client with our expertise, because obviously we are expert in the market. In other case, there are companies who already knows what is their the game that they want. Plus, right now with the marketing growing market, we mostly give advice to our customer. Like, for example, as of now, we work mostly in customized base. Customized, it means that the client comes to me and asks, okay, I want to do this campaign. How can I do? Which is the game that you can advise me that what can work. So we are providing that support as of now. But going ahead, while gamification will become more and more used, then the user will be able to understand which is the game for them. And through our platform, now we are simplifying all the process.
You use a subscription model, correct?
Yes.
Do you have any limit in creating any game, or they can subscribe and create any game they want?
So basically, in our platform, we'll give portfolio games. For example, if you go, you can find a spin the wheel. In the spin the wheel, you can customize how many slides you want. You can customize which color you want, the background. You can brand the background. And plus, you can customize the algorithm. So you can decide, I want, like, for example, 3 people in this week winning this particular prize, and another 7 people in this week winning this particular prize. So also the algorithm, you can customize in the platform. If you can speak about a quiz is you will be able to customize the timing of the answer, the question, the answer, how many answers you want. If you want a image quiz or a word quiz, or like, you can customize the background, etc. So from our platform, you will have a portfolio of game where you can choose. So the full, I would say the reason why we are creating this platform is because right now, also from my example, you can see that only big brands are using gamification. Nike, Starbucks, they have big budgets. What about the majority of the companies that are small and medium companies? How can they access this technique? That is why we are building this platform to automate everything and allow these small and medium companies to customize their game, use gamification, and increase their revenue.
Elena, thank you so much. Stay there. Don't move, because we're bringing all the other funders. Unfortunately, Mohammed, I don't think made it today. So we need to keep the show must go on. So let me start with you, Michael. In 30 seconds, why investing in your startup and your team?
WeSale is a complete real estate trade platform that optimizes the real estate transactions by connecting individuals and organizations and sales agents into communities and connect them with the property owner and developers. And we bring in hot property inventory, and we, at the same time, we share competitive commissions so that our sales agent can work with us. And we also, at the same time, we develop the tools and functionality that make the sale work more effective. So it's many more things we can discuss with investors. So welcome, investors.
Thank you so much, Michael. Erika, why investing?
Well, so first of all, we are revenue generating. We are a real company solving a real problem in this very evolving space that is growing a lot. So we are very excited about it. Also, we have a very strong pipeline for this year. So our current investment focus and our terms, I think they're very favorable. So really happy to take a couple more investors with us now early on and get the benefits out of it.
Thank you so much, Erika. Elena, why?
First of all, because we are a very new technique, and we are going to help small and medium company to increase their business, increase their revenue. And this, I think, we will change the way how digital marketing is made and making it more fun and more engaging.
Elena, Erika, and Michael, unfortunately today, Mohammed didn't make it. We'll be here for the next one. Thank you so much for coming. Thank you, everyone watching today. I hope some investors that will be very pleased to talk to you, I'm pretty sure. And everyone who wants to get in touch with the funders, you can get in touch with them directly using the information we get to us, or you can go back to our YouTube channel and see this pitch back as all our previous ones. And again, get in touch with them directly or come to Equity Match. We are more than happy to make a warm intro. We do not charge any form of success fee. So all the money investing goes to them and not to us. I think we're finished for today. Thank you so much for coming, guys. Thank you, everyone watching, and see you on Thursday for Europe, and next week, I hope in 2 weeks' time again from Asia. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, everyone.
Bye.
Thanks.